As soon as she opened her eyes, a shiver ran through her whole body. She felt as if someone had thrown her on a smooth wall. She started sliding back in fear, but her feet narrowly escaped slipping. There was a black and very deep ditch behind her, which had no end in sight. She stopped in fear, seeing that depth and darkness. It had become difficult to even breathe. The condition was very bad. Her left leg had become completely numb. Blood was continuously flowing from both hands. After some time, she gathered some courage and gathered herself. She started looking around. There were only smooth, curved walls all around. That dangerous ditch was below, and reaching the top seemed very far. She was not even able to think how she reached here. Then suddenly a sound like a train came from below. The sound was coming from very far, which made it clear that the ditch was very deep. If she had fallen even by mistake, her death was certain. Suddenly, dark clouds covered the sky. It could start raining any moment. Seeing this, her face turned pale, because if it started raining, the wall would become even more slippery, and her last hope of survival would also be lost. Now she understood if she did not do anything, her end was certain. She immediately stuck her left palm to the wall. She tried to push with her right leg, but the very next moment, she lost her balance and slid straight to the edge of the ditch. She took a deep breath and somehow controlled herself. Now she did not even have the courage to move. The darkness was spreading more and more, and time was passing fast. She looked at her hands filled with blood. Now she understood that to climb up, she would have to strengthen the grip between her hands and the wall. She wiped her hands with her clothes. Then she started blowing on them to dry the blood, so that her grip becomes a little stronger. She then took a deep breath and tried to climb up by holding the wall with all her strength. A slight hope arose in her heart. She repeated the same method again, but after a few attempts, her hands got badly bruised. Even the flesh got torn. Then her eyes went to the wall in front. There she saw a blood-stained handprint. At first she thought that maybe it was her illusion, but when she closed her eyes and looked again, the print was the same. It was clearly visible. Now it was not possible to stop. She dried the blood again and continued climbing. Now the inclination of the wall had increased even more. Climbing up had become very difficult. Even an inch seemed impossible. Then she saw that the wall in front was repeating her every movement. As if it was a mirror, the marks of her hands, the lines of her slipping, everything looked the same. She couldn't believe it. To make sure, she once again put her hand on the wall, and the next moment the same mark appeared in the same place. Now a strange fear settled in her heart. What was this place after all? A dream or some other world? But now there was no other way left, so she continued trying. But the wall had become so sloping that every effort was going in vain. Then suddenly there was a loud thunder in the sky. She had just moved forward, trembling, when the first drop of rain fell on her hand. The rain that she feared the most had now started. In a short while it started raining heavily. The wall had become completely wet and slippery, kept clinging to the wall with all her strength. But her body was slowly sliding down. Now she was completely exhausted. No solution was coming to her mind. Then she remembered that she had a chain around her neck. He took off the chain and wrapped it in her hands to make a kind of grip so that there could be more friction on the wall. She did not realize how much time passed, but as soon as the scene changed, that woman had disappeared from there as if she was never there. Now the question is, where did that woman go? Did she survive, or did that mysterious trench swallow her? Or was all this a part of some other world?